Today's adventure, we are going backpacking. We're leaving the truck there, and we are going to hike down that trail. This is a section of the Superior Hiking Trail, which is kind of cool. And so we are going to enjoy our overnight backpacking trip. We stumbled upon the last two phases of a multi-phase geocache, and we have just located it, which is really pretty fun. This is like an officially sponsored one by the state park, so there's cards and other stuff inside that the park puts there, which is actually really kind of fun. So since we stumbled so close to the last couple stages, we just came and found it. These are wildflower cards put there, stocked there by the Forest Service. I think they're all the same, Rach.
Yeah. Hey, guys, remember, take this one. We got a frog geocaching card.
Yep.
That was the last.
We did. It's definitely snack time. Everything Mommy makes is famous, darn it. Had a great hiking with the kids today and really enjoying our time. And it's amazing how many people misunderstand really how to help young kids do hard things. What we're doing isn't particularly hard. We have I think we hiked in 2 miles today, and we've got another 2 miles on the way out tomorrow. But like an overnight hike with like a 5-year-old is our youngest, and almost 10 is our oldest, and Andrew in between. He's just turned 8. And people misunderstand what it really requires to do something hard, and it turns out to not really be the difficulty of the task that really comes to them. There's a couple things. A big one for things like this is the fear. They don't really understand what's going on, and they don't understand what they need to be afraid of, or how things are going to be handled, or what things are like. So one of the things that we can do to solve that problem, for example, is when we get to our campsite, we set up our tent and we lay out all the bags and everything so that they feel like, oh, this is home, this is where I'm going to sleep tonight. And then they can relax and go run around and enjoy life because they're not worried about where they're going to spend the night. And after you do that a couple of times, they're going to get used to the rhythm, and it's not going to worry them anymore anyway. But since I've got time to talk here for a minute, I thought I'd also share the second reason, which is a big one, is that kids get bored before they get tired. And so you're hiking down a trail and you hear a kid say, oh, I'm tired, and they'll start slowing down, and they really just aren't getting anywhere. And that's hard to do. It's hard to go on a hike if your kids can't actually walk anywhere to any great measure. And so here's the secret, though. Kids get bored before they get tired. And so if you help them understand, or you help them through being bored, then they're not going to think about being tired. They do get tired. It's not that they don't, because they've got little feet and little legs. But they start thinking about how tired they are when they're bored. When they're doing something fun, they're not really thinking about it. I mean, consider this. When was the last time you had a kid that was so unbelievably bored, or they're so unbelievably tired, and they're just aching and they can't go a step further, and then they see a playground and they go play on the playground for like 20 minutes? You're like, where'd that energy come from? The answer is they're not bored when they're playing on the playground. So there's lots of things that we do to help our kids from being bored while we hike or while we're doing other difficult things. And we play lots of games. We sing trail songs as we hike. There's a silly number game that we made up to help Kara learn to count. And really, she's good at her counting now, but we still sort of play it, and we skip count as well with the number game. And we get in a line, and the first person will say 1, and the second person says 2, and 3, and 4, down the line to get to the last person. And then it wraps around, and you keep going as long as it matters. We've gone as high as 50. Often we stop at 20. You can also skip count, so you can do like 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and you go down the line, and it helps the kids really learn the patterns, but in a fun way. And when they're playing the game, they're not really thinking about how tired they are. They're just thinking about the numbers in their head. And as you're walking when you're doing it, they get a lot of mileage covered without really worrying about it. And that's the amazing thing about keeping them entertained. When Rachel, before she turned 8, we did a 25-mile bike ride together, and she was tired but more bored. And so we talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about a lot of stuff that was while we were riding, and then we'd stop periodically and play at a playground, which sounds totally ridiculous. Why would you play at a playground in the middle of a bike ride? You need all of your energy. But she was more bored than she was tired. And so the reason I bring all this up is to really help you sort of understand that if you want kids to do hard things, you have to help them not be bored while they're doing it. And so consequently, we're hiking down, singing ridiculous songs and everything else, but as a consequence, we teach our kids to do really difficult things. And that's a huge reward. Gradually, you don't have to spend as much time doing those types of things as the kids become used to it, and it'll really work out well. So I just wanted to share that because it's a thing that has really made it much easier for us to go do hard things with our kids, and without them even realizing it. And once they know how to do that, knocking out a couple miles for a hike or a couple miles into the backcountry is a lot less of a big deal than before. So that's good. Anyway, it's my talking time is up, and it's time for the paperwork. Headed out this morning, and not really early, it's like 10, but we had a wonderful morning and a yummy breakfast with a great view and great family time. And now we're headed out. We're going to go hike the Benson Lake Trail is the plan, and be able to see and enjoy more of the area. So it was really great, no problems, no real wind, no rain. It was kind of weird after backpacking on the Apostle Islands and having lots of both. Well, I guess we didn't get a lot of rain, but a little bit of wind. Some rain. A lot of wind. And it was really nice. No bear problems, no anything. We had our food all properly bear bagged and went just fine. So another couple miles today, and we'll be back out to the trek, which is nice because back to home. Where we got water.
Yep.
Pardon the airplane sound. There's a couple military aircraft doing maneuvers over us, so it's really loud at the moment. Like serene, peaceful lake, river. jet sounds, you know? Yep. So this is where we pull the water out. I pull it out of there, and Rachel sat up here and helped me filter it into the bags. Pretty, right?
Yeah.
It's nice.
They weren't lying when they said there was a creek.
No, but it's a little further than normal from a campsite, but... Most of the trails we've been hiking are decidedly well marked. This one is a little less traveled, I think, than the others. It was shown with a lighter line on the map. Looks like late summer around here, except for that tree. That tree thinks it's fall. It's still late summer. I'm gonna not look at that tree. So we parked right here, and then we hiked up the middle trail in this direction, and then we came up to campsite 6, which is right by the viewpoint right there. And then this morning we hiked down and around and came this direction. Then we actually cut over this way right by that trail and hiked around this way. I'm going to hike back to our car there and be done hiking for the day. Really not very bad. This is a nice day use area, but there's 3 campsites right along here that are pretty darn amazing. 20 is non-reservable, 21 and 22 require a reservation. All 3 are amazing if you want to come and stay with a very, very short hike near a beautiful place. Benson Lake is just absolutely beautiful, as you can see here. Just really, really very wonderful. Went?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yep.
It was good. This forest road out instead of a trail is slightly anticlimactic, but you know, you can't have everything, can you? You know. So Rachel, what's your favorite part of the trip?
Hiking and just having fun and going away from our other worries and stuff and just having fun.
Alright. Perfect. Looks like our truck is right there, sitting there all by its lonesome. Yep, there we are. Oh no, there's other cars. And we're back. What a good trip. Super pretty around Benson Lake. Props to the ranger that told us to come here, man.